There was a village called Durvakonda. The head of that village, the Gajapati, was the one who was elected as the village head for generations. Because there was a custom in that village. Whenever any problem arose in that village, the priest of that village would write the matter on a tablet in front of the idol of the goddess in the sanctum sanctorum of the temple of that village and then close the doors of the sanctum sanctorum at night. When our astrologers came the next morning and opened the doors of the temple, they wrote whatever they wanted on the tablet. The solution was written on the back of the tablet. Everyone in the village believed that this was the glory of the goddess, and everyone followed whatever was written on the tablet. If anyone did not follow it, they thought that bad luck would come. Such people were thrown out of the village. Every year, when it was time to elect a village headman, all the villagers would gather in front of the temple and ask the priest there to tell them who the goddess would choose as the village headman this time and what the goddess would decide. He would ask them to put a king on the tablet. Then, the priest would place what the people requested on the front of the plate and set it at the feet of the goddess. After that, he would close the temple doors and lock them, and everyone would go back to their homes. That night, no one would step outside their door. This was because the goddess would come to the village, look around, and the answer to what the villagers had asked would be revealed on the plate. If anyone happened to catch the goddess's eye during her visit, the belief among the people was that she would turn them to ashes. The people there believed that their mother will burn them to ashes. The next morning, everyone in the village gathered near the temple to find out what the goddess's decision was. The priest unlocked the temple doors and brought out the plate that was placed at the goddess's feet, revealing what was written on the back to the people. Every time, the name of the Gajapati family was written on that plate as the chosen one. In fact, it was the ancestors of the Gajapati family who built the goddess's temple. That's why the eligibility to be the village head and the goddess's blessings belonged to their family. So, the villagers had been choosing them for generations. One day, the village head, Gajapati, gathered everyone near the village square and started talking to them.
Greetings to all the villagers. I pray that the goddess's blessings be upon everyone. Now, one by one, please share what problems you have.
As soon as he said that, an elderly woman from the crowd stood up and addressed Gajapati, saying, "Oh, great leader."
Oh great leader, please tell me what problem has come to you.
Oh, it's been 2 years since my daughter got married. So far, she has had 2 miscarriages. My son-in-law tells her that she's a burden and that she won't have children in this life. He kicked her out of the house, saying he would marry someone else. Oh, I don't know what to do now. Oh, what should I do?
She feels sad saying that. Then the Gajapati king calls his son-in-law to the panchayat and says this.
What's this? Are you really going to abandon your wife just because you can't have kids? Our village girls are just as valuable as my own daughter. Are you going to kick my daughter out of your house? How much courage do you have? If there's a problem, you should talk it out and find a solution, but instead, you show your arrogance towards a girl. Oh, I promise I won't make such a mistake again. I will take my wife home now. But what do you expect me to do? I need a child to carry on my lineage, right? Don't worry, you and your wife should prepare a golden swing for the goddess and offer it to her. Write your problem on the plate that's there and place it there. She will take care of everything. We'll do as you say.
Oh, thank you so much. You've saved my daughter's life. I can never forget the kindness you've shown me in this lifetime. Thank you, great leader.
Saying this, they leave from there. Then, Sabbadu, a farmer, stands there and shares his problem with Gajapati like this.
Hey Dandelion, my name is Sabadu. I have 2 acres of land. Sir, I planted crops this time, but since the rains didn't come on time, the crops didn't yield well. Because of that, I've suffered a lot. I couldn't even recover my investment. What do you suggest I do? You tell me, please. Look, Subbad, don't worry, the goddess will take care of you. But I will tell you a solution to your problem. Listen, get 2 gold bangles made, go to the temple of our goddess, offer them at her feet and tell her your problem. I promise she will definitely solve this problem. Sir, what you said is good, but now I have so much money, and it is difficult to spend money at home due to the loss of my harvest. In such a situation, I can make 2 new gold bangles like this. Oh, Subbad, what's there to worry about? Bring your farm documents home in the evening, pledge them with me, take the money you need for those gold bangles, and go and fulfill your vow. Even if it's only after the field is ripe, come back and complete it and take your farm documents. Sir, how will I be able to pay the interest on that? Don't worry, Shuba. I don't expect any interest from you. I am doing whatever I can to help. That's why I am pledging your farm documents, because I need to be responsible. Sir, you, the lords of your religion, should be cool, sir.
The farmer holds a stick to Gajapati and shouts loudly, "Hail Gajapati Garu! Hail Gajapati Daru!" Along with him, all the people are also thrown into jail. In this way, the village headman Gajapati offers some gold ornament to the goddess for the problems of the people and tells them to tell their problems to the goddess. He also gives money to the poor by pledging their house and field papers. That evening, the poor farmer took his field papers. After going to Gajpati's house, Subbadu keeps his land papers as collateral and takes the money he was given. He then heads to the goldsmith and gets 2 gold ornaments made. After that, he goes to the goddess's temple, offers the ornaments, and requests the priest to write down his problem on a plate and present it to the goddess. The priest, as the farmer requested, writes down his problem in front of everyone and places the plate at the goddess's feet. Then he closes the doors of the sanctum. They lock it up, and everyone goes back to their homes. The next morning, the priest opens the temple doors and tells the farmer the message written on the back of the plate.
Don't worry, my friend, I've heard about your problem. I will definitely make sure it rains on time this time. Be brave and plant your crops.
Subbadu prays, buys seeds, and goes to the field.
O Mother Goddess, have mercy on me, I bow to you times.
Saying that, he goes straight to the seed shop, gives his mother a stick, spends all the money he has left, and buys seeds. The next morning, he takes his wife and children to the field. There, after praying to the goddess, he happily starts farming with those seeds. Days go by like this. Subbadu, thinking that it will rain soon, goes to the field every day, waiting for the rain. But no matter how long he waits, it doesn't rain. As a result, he faces losses. Then, Subbadu goes to the village head Gajpati and says this.
Oh, sir. Oh, Subbadu, what's wrong? You've come here looking so troubled. Oh, this time, too, it didn't rain and the crops didn't yield well. Is the money I need to give to the goddess going to be delayed? What's wrong, Subarav? You look so troubled. Who do you think you are? Just because you're from this village or that village, do you think I would trouble my own people for money? No way. You can bring it whenever you start making some income. You really need to do something great. You should stay calm for a long time. Oh, sir, will I be able to go and come back with the offerings?
Saying this, Subbadu leaves from there and heads home. Meanwhile, one night after midnight, the village head, Gajpati, comes to the temple with his son, Bhupati, after everyone in the village has gone to bed. At that moment, his son says to Gajpati,
Dad, Why did you bring me to the temple at this hour? You know that after writing a wish in the temple, no one is allowed to step outside until the temple doors open the next day. It's time for the goddess to arrive. If she sees us now, she'll turn us to ashes. Come on, Dad, let's hurry back home. Oh no, I can already hear the sound of the bells. 14, right? Oh Ray, nothing like that will happen. Don't worry about me unnecessarily. How do you know nothing's going to happen? Do you have some divine knowledge of time or something? There's no divine knowledge, no wisdom here. This is all just a tale created by our ancestors, and they built this temple. There's a secret here that no one knows. Our ancestors have been passing this secret down to the village heads in later generations. I'm getting older now. It's time for me, as the village head, to share that secret with you.
Saying this, Gajpati takes his son and heads back to the temple.
The village head, Gajpati, and his son, Bhupathi, indeed carefully reach the back of the goddess's temple. Gajpati then says to his son, "Look over there. That bird statue carved on the wall behind the temple is upside down. Go ahead and carefully turn it properly from your right side to the top, and then you'll see what happens."
As soon as he said that, Bhupathi went and pulled the bird statue from his right side to the top. Immediately, a large stone on the ground shifted aside, revealing a secret passageway inside it. Bhupathi, surprised to see that, says to Gajapati,
"What's going on, Dad? I don't understand anything happening here. Why did turning this bird statue cause all this? Plus, there's a secret passage leading somewhere. What is all this?" "Yes, just as you said, this is a secret passage. Our ancestors built this temple with a lot of thought and secrecy. Through this passage, we can directly enter the goddess's sanctum." "What's going on, Dad? Everything you're saying is true. I just can't believe it. How is this really possible?"
At the beginning of that tunnel, there is a bonfire. Light it quickly so that we can go inside before anyone sees it.
When Bhupathi says, he lights the bonfire there, holds it in his hand, and the two go into that tunnel. Then, when a bird figure is pushed inside, a large stone falls from the outside again, closing the tunnel. Thus, Gajapati, not Bhupathi, but walks forward through the tunnel holding it in his hand. Then Bhupathi. He says this to Gajapati.
"Wow, this feels just like a treasure hunt from the Chandamama stories I read when I was a kid. All of this is a strategy our ancestors devised to play with the beliefs of these people, stealing from them to gather an endless wealth for generations to come." "That's fine, but Dad, what if someone with a third eye finds out about our secret?" "That's why, after midnight, no one is allowed to step outside the door. If they do, it's said they'll be turned to ashes, and that's the rule set by our people. But what if someone accidentally steps outside and sees us? What would our situation be then?" "They've already thought of a solution in advance, Dad." "What's the solution, Dad?" "That's very easy. We'll kill them ourselves and throw their services in an abandoned well outside the village. Moreover, we somehow got the rumor that ghosts roam there. Whether these people fear God or not, they tremble at the mention of ghosts." "What you said is true, but the answer on that plate was also written by our people, right? That's why, for generations, our lineage has always been chosen as the village head. Now you seem to have taken on the role of Rana-san. Let's go into the temple, nod our heads to everything we say, and quickly grab the gold that the people have offered to the goddess, tie it up, and write the answer on that plate so we can get out of here fast."
After saying that, they both enter the goddess's sanctum, gather the gold that everyone has offered to the goddess into a bundle, write down the answer that appeared on the plate, and then come out and head back to their home. Once they reach home, they hide the bundle of gold in the well located in the backyard of their house. In this way, the village head protects his responsibilities while always honoring the goddess's name. They continuously deceive the people and keep pilfering the hard-earned wealth of the innocent villagers to increase their own riches. Some time passed like that. One evening, Sapadu finished his work in the fields and ran to the village head, Gajpati's house, and said, "Hey, Gandalaya."
What brings you here, Sabadu?
Sir, I came to ask for some more time to pay your debt, but this time too there was no good rain and the crop did not grow properly. I made a mistake in paying the dues to my mother, but she did not show mercy to me. That is why she has given me more time, which means I will definitely pay your debt.
I have already given you a deadline many times, but till now you have not paid the interest on the loan you have taken from me, not even the original one. Your garland is not even a garland, so how will you pay it?
I'll somehow pay off the loan, just trust me.
That's not all. If you add up the original interest amount, your farm is worth more than it was. That's why the farm belongs to me from now on. I have no authority over it.
Oh, that's all, Kanaya. It's unfair to me, my wife, and my children. You said that there would be nothing when you raised them. Now they are not able to use it. Is this fair to you?
What's this? Are you going to teach me about justice and injustice? Just stamp these papers saying this land is mine and leave. If you don't, I'll tell the village head that you went against my word, and tomorrow I'll have you and your family thrown out of the village.
Oh no. I must have made some mistake without realizing it. I'll do as you say.
Saying that, Sapadu, having nothing else to do, puts his fingerprint on the papers and leaves from there. Sapadu comes to their temple from there. But as it was already night, the sanctum sanctorum of the goddess was locked. Sapadu sits near the door of the temple and says this to the goddess.
Oh mother, why have you done this to me? What sin have I committed to deserve such a huge punishment? What is my family's situation now? How am I supposed to take care of my wife and kids? The village head has taken my land away from me. Now I have no way out. What should I do? Please show me some way to survive.
Sapadu was crying loudly, banging his head on the ground. After a while of doing this, he lost consciousness and collapsed right there. While we were watching, it was midnight. Gajapati and his son Bhupti returned to the temple as usual. As soon as the bird statue there was turned, the big rock moved aside and the tunnel opened. The sound woke Sabadi, who was lying unconscious in front of the sanctum sanctorum on the other side. Then Sabadi got up and thought,
Oh, what happened? I fell here. I woke up to the sound of some rocks moving. Ha, where did it come from? It's probably coming from behind the temple. Let's go home and see.
He slowly walks back to the temple thinking. As soon as he gets there, he notices Gajapati and Bhupti going into the tunnel. Seeing that, he thinks to himself,
Ari, this is strange. Is there a way here? No one knows about it yet. What are the village headman and his son doing here? How do they know the tunnel route? What is in this tunnel? Thinking that he will slowly go behind them without them seeing him, Sapadu follows them and enters the tunnel. As they go, their conversation continues.
He listens to the whole thing. Then he sees them going into the sanctum sanctorum, wrapping up all the gold, and writing the solution on the back of the tablet. When Sapadu and the two of them go back, Sapadu does not go and hides behind the idol. After leaving their sister, Sabpadu thinks this.
Oh mother, what a betrayal! For so long, they've been deceiving the villagers in the name of the goddess. This family needs to be exposed. Everyone in the village should know about this. That's why I'll stay here until morning, and when the priest comes to open the temple doors, I'll tell everyone what's going on.
Thinking this, he decides to stay right there. In the morning, when the priest arrives and opens the doors of the Sanctum Sanctorum, all the villagers who have come to see the priest and the goddess are surprised to see Suba in the Sanctum Sanctorum. Then Suba comes out of the Sanctum Sanctorum and explains to the priest all the injustice happening there to all the villagers. He also takes them all and shows them the secret tunnel behind the temple. Then, knowing the truth from Suba, all the villagers angrily attack the house of the Gajapati. They tied Gajapati and his son Bhupathi to a tree and beat them. Having no choice, Gajapati revealed his hidden gold and stolen land documents. Then, the villagers drove Gajapati's family out to the fields. After that, Sabpadu, who revealed the village's secret, became the head. Sabpadu advised against believing tall tales. He stressed decisions based on sight and cared for their welfare. Sabpadu, who uncovered the village's secret and made it known to everyone, is chosen as their village head. From that time on, Sabpadu tells everyone not to believe any tall tales told by anyone. He emphasizes that they should make decisions based on what they see with their own eyes, and he takes great care of the villagers' welfare as their head.